It's your intellect once again. I welcome you all ordinary level geography candidates to this lecture as I explore more emphasis on questions related to energy and power as well as transport and trade. Enjoy the video as I teach you step-by-step tips and tricks to pass such questions.
I want to revise question. This is question number 9 for Agorand in Charles number 9. So the question says, Fig 8 shows the distribution of internal trade of European Union. So takapuwa distribution irikutiratidza kuti trade irikuitika muEurope sei yanika zvikanzi describe and explain the pattern of trade shown apo. Saka iwo waingotaura kuti wewe European Union exports ndizoka delivered to advanced industrial countries. European exports, about 75% of European exports, 75% of European exports, 75% of European exports, no saka pakanzi European Union countries, are exported to advanced industrial countries, mainly for sale. Mainly for sale. Then by papa, what is 72% of advanced industrial countries, 72% of advanced industrial countries. Kuitengesa kunze kunonzi kuita sei? Kunze. Are exported to European Union countries. Saka, the reason why in those graph it shows that is European countries are exporting raw materials to advanced industrial countries. The advanced industrial countries in return, they also export magoods avanenge vamanufacture ikoko. This is what ndo zvaunenge uchingoexplaina ipapa. Furthermore, totaura uchiti izvoni 11% of European Union countries export goods to less economically developed countries. Kungoexplaina zvatiri kuona pachigraph apa. Then wapedza ipapo kuti less economically developed countries such as Zimbabwe, South Africa, Malawi and so on, those less economically developed countries, they export 10% of goods. Why? Because in Europe, they don't. In Africa, the reason is in Africa, and kunowanikwa ma primary goods akaita sema agricultural goods, akuwanikwe ma tertiary goods nechi, saka kunobva zvinhu zvishoma. Muri ipapo obva wati oil producing countries, they export 13% of oil to European Union countries. Then European Union countries, they export raw materials that are needed in oil processing countries at 80%. Kungo explainer zvatiri kungoona apo. Saka what you need to know when you are now going to write your exam, when you are given the mandate to describe and explain, you explain what you see, then you give a reason. Then next point, item 2. Atina zvakawanda, atina chekumira. How do less economically developed countries benefit from increasing their trade with the European countries? So, hanzi nyika dziri pasi dzinobenefita sei nekuigona kuincreasa handika kutrade kwavanoita nema-European countries. Tine ma-benefits, tine employment creation, what else? Vamwe ma-benefit ndapi? Improve standards of living. Increase revenue, economy diversification, foreign currency earnings. Anika tapedza. Then B item 1 zvikanzi define the term debt crisis. Chii chinonzi debt crisis? Zvikanzi define the term ndizvo define the term debt crisis. Chii taku chikwereti, but what do you chinoti tawakanyora kuti chizve hanzi chii? These are problems of owings to be paid, or these are owings that need to be paid. Kana kuti kutadza kubhadhara zvikwereti kunoitwa nema-governments. Then explain why some developing countries get into debt. Hanzi nyika dziri kuda kubudirira sei dzichipinda muzvikwereti. Saka tikuda item 2, its need for industrial development. Chichim. Inflation. Poor development. Poor strategic plans. Poor financial budgets. Poverty chayo. Chimwe chinoita kuti vakwereti need for alright, ndatozvitaura ndonhau dzacho havana zvavanazvo, vanoda kutobatsirika. Right. Zvikanzi as a minister of transport, suggest problems that are associated with the development of transport in your country. Hanzi tomboti ndiwe minister of transport. Suggesta iwewe ma-problems are associated with the development of transport in Zimbabwe. Ma-problems aripo pane nyaya corruption, lack of inputs, lack of knowledge, lack of machinery. Chimwe chinoita kuti tisadevelopana. Financial debts, poor strategic plans. Kureva kuti vanhu havasi kugona kunatsoplana zvakanaka. Ndo mamwe ma-answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are some of the answers. So we want to get onto another question again. Tiende pane umwe mvunzo. Umwe mvunzo wacho watanawo ndewe energy and power. So panapa pari kunzi identify the importance of forests to all people and the environment. Identify the importance of forests to the environment. So we have wanted to give what is the importance of forest to the environment and to people. I just want to do this for you kuti muone zviri izandika ku-environment ma-forest akakoshere. Toita nyaya habitat for animals, provision of oxygen to animals. Andika tine nyaya futi source of food to animals. Humus, no producer humus. Chichim prevent erosion. Then to the people tine timber, we gather, we gain, tunaona ma fruits, oxygen. Chichim firewood, kana ngoti wood. Tinowana futi humus, sevan. Zvakwana zvakadaro. these are saka paunogona nyora kuti importance of trees to the environment, the importance of trees to the people. Saka apa kana wada kurerukira unongoti people get the following holista zvinhu, the environment get the following holista zvinhu, handiti zvatopera. Then apo tanga takapuwa fig 4 shows the structure of a hydroelectric power plant. Saka apa taida kulebhula kuti echi handika iyo pa apo ichi iko iwater kai handika. Then sorry, A inonzi wo kama manoti demo, B iwater handika, C inonzi penstock handika, then D inonzi powerhouse ndo munogadzirwa magetsi, then E chiyo ma transmission lines handika. Kana kuti togona umati E inogona kunzi chifuti ma transmission lines, then F chinwani ma pillars that support my transmission lines. Saka E transmission lines, F these are poles that support transmission lines. How do you get? Don't know that. Saka these are your answers. Then item 2, they say describe how power is generated at this station. Describe how power is generated. So we want to describe how power is generated in a hydroelectric power plant. So you say that water in the lake and possesses potential energy. Water in the lake possesses potential energy. Water in the lake possesses potential energy. Water in the lake possesses potential energy. All right, next point, you say, as it flows via the penstock, as it flows via the penstock, as it flow via the penstock, as it flow via the penstock, next, what it hits the caps of the turbines. 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 The next point, the turbines convert kinetic energy into electrical energy. The turbines convert kinetic energy into electrical energy in the powerhouse. Next point over what you know, as the generates electricity, as the generates electricity, it is transmitted using power lines. Ndonawo dzinedza kungonyorwapo handika. Right, then tiri papo, for a named renewable resource is something that cannot replenish. Outline the steps that could be taken by a government to conserve it. So we want to explore how can we renew a renewable resource. How can we conserve a renewable resource? Saka togona conserve a renewable resource chitine water. Andika saka teta kuti wewe, how can the government conserve water? Want to look how the government can conserve water. How water is conserved? Avoid pollution. Legislation to all water polluters. Water establishment. Penalties to those who pollute water. Tinoisa mapenalties kunoda kupolluta mvura. Chimwe chatinoita. What else can we do to conserve water? Water harvesting programs. Construction of dams. For example, the Tokwe Mukosi Dam. It is a way to conserve water. Vana moto Jeffrey Kwesoko. These are the issues. Then item 2, they say always, you should know that we are given suggestions and problems that can be faced when implementing. Here we have got ignorance as a problem. We've got corruption. Corruption. What else do we have? Lack of capital. Lack of knowledge. So for those who are on YouTube, if you find this video interesting, you can subscribe, you can comment, you can like and share. Thank you very much.